Welcome everyone, I'm the Unobtrusive Healer, and before we get into today's pick-a-pile reading, if you're feeling at all ungrounded or disconnected, or as if you're floating through life lately, I invite you to spend one short minute of your time focusing on your breath and connecting with these grounding frequencies. Feel free to jump ahead 1 minute if you don't feel that you need this time. So I hope that that little section for grounding was helpful to some people that are here today. And if not, either way, welcome to today's pick-a-pile. So the topic of this reading is 12 months from now, and we are going to basically look 12 months into the future and see what life is like. Now, there are a few ways that you can use this reading. So you could just be here for a curious general look at your life in 12 months from now on the current path that you're on. Maybe you're not looking to make any drastic changes or anything like that, but you're just curious to know what things are looking like in 12 months. But then the alternative is that you can use this to see what life would turn out to be in 12 months if you did insert action here. So let's say you're weighing up a decision right now, or you have like a job offer, or you're not happy somewhere or with someone and you're thinking about leaving, you're thinking about moving, changing locations, whatever the case, you can use this reading to see what life would be like if you do that thing. So that's the second way. And then the third way is you could combine these and you could pick two groups. So you could pick one group to see what life will be like in 12 months on your current path, and if you don't, change anything. And then you could pick another group that you're drawn to for, if you make that decision or if you change paths, how does it turn out in 12 months? So it could help you decide which path is better. But obviously you really need to tune into your intuition and really make sure that you're selecting the right group, because obviously it comes down to that. And I wouldn't want you to make any drastic changes and then figure out that this wasn't even your reading. So really tune into that intuition and remember that your free will and your decision making is everything here. But I just did want to sort of disclaim that, because if it's not your reading, it's not going to turn out that way. So definitely make sure you're tuned right into your intuition and trusting that guidance. The reading will be broken down into your current energy and your current situation to help you know if that's your pile. But then if you're picking two piles, I would read the current path you're on. That would be your current energy and current situation. But in the second group that you'll pick, if you're changing your path, that current energy and situation you may need to forego, or it may be the same. But just letting you know that if you decide to look at it in two ways, the current energy and current situation might not quite hit the mark for your second pick, if that makes sense. Hopefully hopefully you're picking up what I'm putting down. So we'll double check current energy and situation. Then in 12 months from now, we're going to look at life in general. We're going to break it down into love and family, finances, your career path / journey, your personal and spiritual evolution. And we're also going to finish up with some advice for right now. So there's a lot to cover. Here are your piles to choose from today. We'll zoom in a little. So group 1 have this gorgeous earthy crystal here. Group 2 have I think this is the aura quartz, and if I can kind of catch it in the right light for you guys, you'll see all the pretty colors in it. I think it's a little bit hard to see with the glare. And then group 3 have the emerald. I can't remember what that one's called actually, so that's why I haven't said anything, but beautiful nonetheless. So take your time if you need to tune in and pick your pile / piles, and then I'll see you over in your group for your reading. Greetings group 1, welcome to your reading where we are looking at life 12 months from now. So either you're just here for a curious little bit of insight to what life is looking like 12 months from now on the current path you're on, or you're here to see if you made a certain decision or took a certain action, where would it take you and how would it turn out 12 months from now. So if you were drawn to this group, you were drawn to this beautiful earthy toned crystal. And we're going to start by doing your energy check-in for your current energy / current situation. So we have basically the archetype that you're embodying right now. We have the energy of your soul / your spirit, and then we have the energy of your mind over here as well. So starting with the archetype you are embodying right now, we have the sustainer. Okay, so the first thing that I'm thinking with the sustainer is almost like a very hands-on approach to like keep everything in order, keep everything aligned, keep everything in shape is kind of how I'm envisioning this. And then like the sustainer does make me think of sustaining life, sustaining the home, sustaining, children, sustaining, the household and things like that. And this box with the 4 corners is kind of making me think of the home. So this almost makes me think like you're very hands-on in the home, making sure everything's in order at home, taking care of the home and home life in general. Like that seems to be kind of your focus and the archetype that you're embodying. So this makes me think of like the mother of the home, or maybe, just you've moved into a home of your own and you're like preparing it, getting it set up. You could be creating something from the home, just seeing like the hands. This could be like, clay or something, as if you're creating something. But yeah, we will go into the guidebook for this card and we'll have a little bit of a read of the sustainer and just see if there's anything that I'm missing there. So let me just... Okay, so the sustainer, the second archetype in the trio of existence, works behind the scenes, tending to the tasks of life. They cultivate gardens, pay bills, keep the meals warm, and the mouths sweetly fed. The sustainer is at peace in the process of life, knowing there is no start or finish to humble yet meaningful tasks. They have a natural inclination to nourish others, to archive, to preserve Earth's resources, to consider environmental impact, to see their role in the divine cycle of life. It's common for the sustainer to become overworked, leading to resentment. Their tasks aren't glamorous, and therefore the sustainer rarely receives the credit or attention. The sustainer longs to hold things in place so badly, especially relationships, that they resist necessary change. Take time with this archetype. It is within us all and needs our love. The good news is that this did come out in the upright position, which means that you're in like the light side of this card, not the shadow side of this card. So this would be the shadow side down here, where where you would be feeling overworked, resentful, and like you're not getting the recognition that you deserve. But because it's come out in such a stable position, it's like you're abundant, you're generous, you're supportive, and you're reliable. So yeah, that's the sustainer archetype. So a lot of you could be like, you know, mothers of the home, or sort of like setting yourselves up in the home, or just very focused on the home. If you're not a mother or a partner or female, you could be just very focused on your home and getting everything in order. So now we're going to go to the energy of your soul/spirit. So we have passion ignited here for you guys. So this is kind of telling me that your soul, your spirit, there is a fire inside you, but it could be seeking or calling you to do things that fuel that fire more. So it's like, it almost feels more like your soul is craving passionate experiences, sensual experiences that really light you up and set a fire in your belly. Things that, you know, bring a lot of happiness and joy and excitement to you. That's where your soul's really, or what your soul's really craving. So that would kind of make sense with the sustainer, because you could be very like home focused. Maybe, you know, money's tight, or you're having to work a lot. It doesn't necessarily, because we are in the light position, it's not necessarily that you're feeling resentful about the position you're in, but your soul's craving more. Your soul wants a little bit more. You know, your soul wants to feel excited again and sort of leave these mundane responsibilities behind for a sec. And there's like this thirst for adventure or thirst for experiences that's coming from your soul/spirit. For any of you that are resonating with that message of like creating or building something within the home, this is definitely kind of bringing me back to that message, because if we link these two together, you could be creating something in the home, whether it's a business or it's like some sort of creative hobby or art, or anything that you could be like building yourself or creating yourself that you're really passionate about. This could be kind of like aligning with that message that you are creating something that you are passionate about, and you're investing in some sort of hobby, talent, skill, something that you really enjoy doing. So take that if it resonates. We're going to move on into the energy of your mind at the present time. So we have the Empress here. So then that's linking again to that sort of mother energy, that mother archetype of like holding down the home, keeping the home and family together, tending to the people in the home, nourishing others. And when these two first came out, they were both in the what's reverse position. I was like, what's the opposite of upright? That word just didn't want to come to me. They were in the reverse position, and it kind of felt a little bit like maybe you need to now kind of bring that attention and focus back to yourself and nourish yourself. Your mind is kind of in that energy of like, okay, I need a break. I need some time out. I need to feel excited again and inspired again. And I think that the reason that they kind of showed themselves to me in reverse at first, even though I wasn't taking reversals, was to kind of tell me that it's not necessarily, like we said, because this card's in the upright, it's not like there's resentment or any negativity that you're holding within you about the position you are in, but there is a desire to sort of focus on yourself and fuel your desires and your passions and excite yourself for a change. So there is kind of that energy of wanting to get back all of the attention and nourishment you're giving to those around you or your home or family, whatever the case. All right, so we'll leave those over there for now. Okay, so the next part we're going to go into is basically 12 months from now. So we're going to start kind of looking at life. So we'll do sort of like life in general, just see kind of what comes through, and then we'll tune into love and family / home, finances, career, personal spiritual evolution, and any extra advice. So I think I'm going to start just with some general tarot, and we'll just get a couple of cards for like life in general before breaking down each of those sections. All right, so 12 months from now, where is Group 1's life in general? What can you tell us about Group 1's situation in 12 months' time? Okay, we have the Two of Wands. What is Group 1's life 12 months from now? What's going on in general? Okay. Just want to get one more card before we start to read the messages. Group 1's life 12 months from now. We have Death in reverse. Okay. Underneath the deck we have the Tower. Interesting. All right. Actually, let's just... Okay, so 12 months from now, sort of generally speaking, the Two of Wands with the Ace of Cups is making me think of sort of, especially the Two of Wands in this deck, it's like he's being pulled down a different direction or down a new path, and this is sort of via like their higher self. So this figure here, I think is, actually I've always said that, but I've never actually checked. I should fact check that, otherwise it's just like an intuitive message. But this figure to me represents like the Hierophant or like the higher self. So it feels like you're being pulled down a path through your own intuition, your higher self, and you're journeying down this new path. And it seems to be like the Ace of Cups would be something you're very emotionally invested in. You know, this is definitely like following your heart space, like your heart is a gateway to the soul. So this is a very spiritual figure here going down a new path, and then this is like a very heart-led path, if that makes sense. Like your heart's leading you down that path. Death in reverse makes me think it could either be something that you are bringing new life to, or sort of rebirthing or reinventing in some way. It's like you've tried it before and now you're coming back to it to see if you can get it off the ground this time. With Death and the Tower, with Death and the Tower, it's very Scorpio energy. So it's very much like rebirth, transformation, new structures. So like old structures being ripped down and new structures being built. So it'll be interesting to see where this plays into each section of your reading, to see sort of where this applies, because it seems like sort of the breakdown of one structure leads you to a new foundation, and it's all via like the portal of your heart. So it's a very heart-led path. It's very sort of transformative, but in a very positive way. Or there could be something very unexpected about it. So I don't know if this is like a person that you've tried to be with before that comes back around. If you have a current partner, perhaps the relationship goes through a bit of a breakdown, but then it, turns out to be okay. It's difficult to tell right now, but we are going to get some more cards. So we'll break down. Break down some of the different areas. Actually, I think we'll pack these ones up for now. We might need to use them again. So let's look at your love life. All right, so group 1's love life, 12 months from now, please. Okay, so there we have the Ace of Fire. So that is definitely like new, exciting energies in your love life. So because it's an ace, it feels like in 12 months' time, it is a new opportunity or like a new relationship. And these are like new feelings, like butterfly stages where you're getting butterflies in your tummy and things like that. Very new energy. Alternatively, this could be the birth of a child even with the Ace of Fire. I'm just noticing that that's a child on the card, and the Ace is about new beginnings, new life. So this could definitely even be a baby. We have the Knight of Earth. So this tells me that you could be newly dating. I personally consider the Knight of Earth a Taurus sun, moon, or rising. So you could be newly dating a Taurus sign. So if you are with a Taurus now, or if you have had a history with a Taurus sign that you're kind of separated from, this could be that sort of message that we had with the tarot, where this person sort of comes back around and you have a new beginning together. Or if you're already with a Taurus sign, you could be having a child together in 12 months' time. Or if you're with a Taurus sign, you could even have like a temporary separation and then it all works out. I'm not sure if I said that. I was trying to think if I did, and I was like, did I imagine that I said it or did I actually say it? But definitely new exciting opportunities with a Taurus sign. This person's responsible and supportive. They're organized, down to earth. Oh, and the Ten of Cups. So, okay, so it kind of all depends on your situation right now. But in 12 months' time, because I'm seeing a few scenarios like all flash through my mind right now. So for everybody, it's going to be a little different, I think. I don't like the way this is sitting right now. That's kind of better. Yes, that's better. Oh, so much better. Okay, I can think. All right, so yeah, like this is you either adding to the family and a new child is born, or this is you could already be a parent. Maybe you're a single parent, and in 12 months from now you've met someone and you're having a new child to bring into the family, or you've just you've found someone who comes in and is, you know, a very good partner that adds into your already family that you have on your own. Does that make sense? Oh my God, I don't have any. Maybe I'll hold this clear quartz angel for a minute. So I'm seeing you, because we have the Ten of Water here, it's either an indication that this is a new relationship with a Taurus sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Earth sign, and it's the one, like it leads to that happily ever after, or this is like in 12 months time you're already with your happily ever after and you're bringing new life. So like a baby, or even, you know, animal fur pets. You could be getting fur pets, but there's some sort of new exciting energy or event happening in a connection. So if you're already with this person, you could be having a child or bringing a fur child into the family in 12 months time. If you're single, you will meet someone between now and the next 12 months, and this is your like forever person. You could have met them between now and the next 12 months, and you could be having a child with them or getting a fur child with them come 12 months time. But there's definitely new life being brought into a very happy connection with a very supportive person. So whether you're single or not, that's what I'm seeing for you in 12 months time. Okay, so that's love life. Now we'll look at family life. So that's kind of like, we can already see that you have like your own little immediate family here. It kind of does give me the vibe, like looking at all of this together, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you are single parents, and maybe you've been doing things as that way for quite a long time, and now your soul's like craving like that passion, that desire, you know, wanting to settle down with a partner who appreciates you, to share the load with, to share the love with, and things like that. And then this is kind of like confirmation that in 12 months time you're going to have that. There's going to be a lot of excitement, a lot of desire, a lot of passion. Your partner's going to be very loyal, very supportive, very caring, very down to earth. They are definitely going to be financially secure. Regardless of what you're looking for, they will be financially secure. I don't think they're going to be like out of this world rich, but they're financially secure, and they make you very happy, and they definitely bring a lot of love and happiness into your home life and family life. I could definitely see how that plays in for like a single parent here, because it does make a lot of sense with like responsibilities in the home and tending to other people and having a lot of responsibility and sort of desiring that escape or that excitement. So That's what I pick up most strongly for the most of you. But then obviously if you resonate with the message of already having a partner, already having a child with a partner, then this could be bringing a new child or a fur child, or even sort of just adding to the home in some way, you know, buying a new home, relocating, something like that. So that's your immediate family. We're going to try and look at sort of family in general, and just sort of get an idea of family life 12 months from now, extended family type thing. Okay. All right. So in 12 months from now, I'm seeing a younger energy who is in your family. So this could be like a cousin or a sibling, a niece and nephew. And they're going through some sort of tough cycle. And I feel like they're going to come to you because you give them a sense of like, you know, protection, and you encourage them and they can confide in you. So this energy, whether it's your own child, a sibling, like I said, a niece, a nephew, a cousin, a family friend, someone they're very sensitive. They're very, very, like it says open-hearted here, but I'm actually seeing like open, I don't think it's a word, but a way to describe it is like open-spirited. It's like they have a very open spirit. They're very energetically open and very like psychic and intuitive. So I don't know if you're like that, group one. That could definitely be the case, but they are going to either need you or confide in you or open up to you about their own experiences, and you're going to help them through something. So they're going through a tough time with something, and you're going to be that guiding force or that protective force that helps them through that cycle. It's definitely a younger energy. So it's either like a sibling, niece, nephew, cousin, you know, friend of the family, friend of yours, but someone younger than you, your own child. I also think, the child that you have, they could be, if this is resonating for you, as if you could potentially be having a child, or even a fur child in 12 months time, they could be a water sign, and we are in Pisces season right now. So that's giving me energies of being born in Pisces season, and this would be a very, very protected and angelic being that you're bringing into this world, whether it's a fur baby or a real baby, because once again we have a fish here as well as a human. Here we have some dogs in the picture. So, you know, regardless of whether you want human children or fur children, it's a very like divinely protected angelic spirit inside that vessel. And yes, you're going to be a very helpful and protective force in their life. Anything else that we need to know about? Oh, that's too much. Anything else group one needs to know about family in 12 months' time? All right, so a release with the 7 of water. Can we get one more clarifier for that one? Nine of Earth. Okay, so in 12 months time, so we're still on family. This feels like in 12 months time, you are releasing something, and it's like you're reducing in some aspects of life to give more to other aspects of life. So this to me feels like this could even be related, and it could be, let's say it's your child who confides in you and they actually need a lot more of you, your time, your protection, your love, or something like that. You could be letting go of, say, a job or some type of responsibility or something that you've committed yourself to in order to give more time to the home and family. It even could be not related, and it could be that you get yourself into the financial position to be able to release a job and work from home on something that you've created, because once again we did get that message of a creation or building something from within the home or working from home or something like that, working on like a hobby or a creative talent that you have. And in 12 months time, this could be that you are in the position to sort of release your part-time job or your day job and only do that, giving more time to your children, your family, your home, and being able to enjoy the little luxuries of life and being in a very independent position to be able to sort of do more of what you want to do. Because it's almost like, you know, your energy was scattered into all of these different directions, and then you're going to reduce by releasing some of those things and focus on, like, this Nine of Earth is a very homely figure who's very content doing what they love, very financially independent and stable, and like really sort of just in a position where they can give to the things that matter most to them. Look at that. Underneath the deck, we have once again the Empress coming out. So the Empress has come out twice now. Again, some of you are going to be having a baby, giving birth in 12 months' time, or about to give birth, or you've just given birth. Either way, there's this like energy of fertility and giving birth. But the Empress card, once again, it can be about creating something in the home. So once again, that message is coming out of like Queen of Earth, once again, businesswoman, very financially stable and secure. So it's either, but she's also the mother of the tarot as well. So you're mothering or birthing something, either a child, a fur baby, or a project or something. And in 12 months' time, you're giving a lot of energy to the home and the family, or whatever you're creating at home. Okie dokie. So we're going to look at finances and your career path or career journey. I think we'll go... We'll get a couple of cards from here for finances, and then we'll get a couple of cards from a different deck to look at your actual career journey. Let me just take a sip of my tea. Which is not very hot anymore. Oh, these don't want to shuffle today. Let me just sort of loosen things up a little bit. Actually, we'll try over here. here where I've got some more space. That's better. All right. So group 1's financial position, 12 months from now. Group 1's financial position, 12 months from now. Group 1's financial position, 12 months from now. Oh, you literally have the best card in the deck for your finances, the King of Earth. Like if we're talking about money, the King of Earth would be who has the most money in the whole entire tarot deck. So you are in a position where you're very financially secure. You have money saved, you have money to share with others, to donate, to be generous with other people or even charities that mean something to you. Like you don't just have money for yourself, you've got enough to spare and share. So you're in a very, very successful financial position, a very secure financial position in 12 months time. And under the deck we have the 10 of Fire, which tells me that the position that you're in is actually helping you end a cycle of having to work a lot, of being really out of balance in your life and having to give way too much time to work and responsibilities, which kind of ties us back into the message up here where we said in the beginning how you're having to either work a lot, handle a lot, deal with a lot, be responsible for a lot and give a lot. And in 12 months time, this little section here is saying to us, you're going to be so secure that you finally get to, you know, release some of the burdens that you're carrying. So it's like, you know, maybe while you were creating this home business, you had to also have another job as well. So you've been splitting yourself between two, but then in 12 months time, you're able to leave that job behind and pursue your new venture because it's in a really secure position and it's taking off. It could even be that you have the money to, like it says on this card, accept help from others. Maybe you have the money to, you know, get a chef, get a cleaner, get a nanny for the children, like whatever it is that you need in your life to bring you in a healthier balance and to have you feeling more fulfilled and content. You're going to have the resources to do that. It could even be an indication that you're going to, like if you have a partner or if you meet your partner, that they are well off and that combined your resources put you in a very good position, or you know, they could have a lot of money and that sort of helps you to leave your job and focus on your new thing and grow that. But whatever the case, you're in a very good financial position. You have enough money to share and to help others with, and you're able to kind of let go of some of the things that were just wearing your energy right down and leaving you with, you know, headaches and stress-related health concerns and things like that. Like the 10 of Fire is that cycle ending, and I actually just noticed that it came out underneath the 9 of Fire, so it's like confirmation once again. Because it goes from the 9 to the 10, so the 9's where you're approaching the end of the cycle, the 10's where you get to end it. So yeah, that's your financial position. And now we're going to use the Akashic Tarot, and we're going to try to get a feel for what you're doing with your career journey in 12 months. All right, so 12 months from now, where is group 1 on their career journey? What are they doing in 12 months from now? Where are they sitting on their career path? 12 months from now. Yeah, look at that. We've got on track in reverse. So it's like a change of direction, a change of path, like you're switching tracks. So yeah, like the oopsie daisies. In the upright position, it's like, well, I'm kind of picking up something with like a delay with the one of scroll on track. On track is like on schedule, and I'm just thinking in reverse it would be like something's running late, or it's been delayed, or it's been stalled in some way. Oh, wow, confirmation. The 7 of Roses in reverse, the journey. This is all about a delayed or cancelled trip, or a delayed journey. So maybe for some of you, you know, your career path is on hold because you're giving birth. Or this could even be like sort of stopping tracks in that career role that you're in part-time. Maybe you thought you were going to be there forever, but now there's this change, or this, you know, cancelling one role to embark on a different journey. It's like, I could either see this as, you know, your career's been put on hold because you're having a child, or it's a complete ending of one path to embark on a totally different path. So you're definitely at like a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very transitional period when it comes to your career in 12 months. So yeah, I'm either getting the feeling that you're like ending your time somewhere to embark on a totally new journey, or everything in your career path and career journey is kind of on hold or delayed for some reason. So let's see if we can get, what's the reason for the delay or being on hold? Excuse me. What's the reason for the delays or cancellations in Group 1's career? Look at that. We got the flippin' birth card. And once again, we also have a dog here. So if you're not someone who wants children, this could literally be you taking time off to, you know, bring a puppy or a kitten or some other fur baby into the home and give them the care that they need. It could even be that, you know, your partner's doing so well that you don't need to work. You're just sort of focusing on the home and family. But once again, this could be to birth a creation, to birth some sort of project or home business. So once again, I can't give you one solid answer because for everyone it's a bit different. So, but it's definitely like transitioning from one thing to another, and it's definitely got to do with birthing something, whether it's children, focusing on the birth of a fur baby or a new fur baby, or birthing a creation or project or home business venture. There is something going on related to birth, and that's what's causing your career and work like changes, cancellations, delays, etc. All right, so we are up to your personal / spiritual evolution. Let's go with I think I'm going to go with the work your light for this part. I'm a little parched, so I'm going to have another drink. So 12 months from now for group 1, where are they at on their personal/spiritual evolution? I'm going to kind of shuffle this way a little bit because I don't want it to completely destroy the layout that we've got. Group 1's personal spiritual evolution, 12 months from now. Where are they at? Spiritually/personally. Alright, so the first card, I'm just a little bit shocked because we have the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So this is like literally stepping into a new life. So everything that you are, regardless of how the story resonates with you, basically 12 months from now, you are stepping in through this portal into a brand new life. Like your life is going to be totally different 12 months from now. Like things just seem so like hopeless and lonely, sad and dark in here. And then through this rite of passage is like so much beauty and color and beautiful energies on the other side of that little portal. So in the next 12 months, you're really walking through that portal. You're stepping through that passage. And it's like an initiation into the life that you truly deserve. So that's a really beautiful message. And I think that's probably got a lot to do with why we had the release card, is because it's like such a transformative period in your life. Another card for group 1's personal/spiritual evolution, 12 months from now. We have leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. So yeah, there's this energy of having complete faith and trust in the universe, going where you're led, following your heart, following your soul, and just sort of trusting that you'll be protected on that journey. It's definitely kind of all tying in together as we kind of look through, or the more that we travel through the reading. It's like the next, even from now up until the next 12 months and even further beyond that, it's just a very, very huge transitional time for you. There's going to be a lot of change, a lot of transformation, a lot of growth, and just an increase in abundance and prosperity in general. Like it feels like you've been like healing a lot and growing a lot as a person. And it's like all of that hard work in the next 12 months starts to really pay off and show you a reward for all your effort. So if you are kind of feeling a little bit like in this zone right now, this dark zone, and starting to think like, when am I going to start seeing, the results of how hard I'm working? Like I'm putting in all these extra hours, all this extra energy, all this extra time. I'm giving a lot of myself. I'm going through it. I'm facing my darkness. I'm healing from my darkness. I'm healing grief. I'm healing sadness. I'm overcoming it all, and I'm still not seeing any benefit. I'm still not seeing the light. Like, when is all of this going to get better? And here is the universe saying that in the next 12 months, like 12 months from now, your life is already going to be totally different, because in the next 12 months and leading up to this reading, so much is going to change for you. It's literally going to transform like almost every part of your life for the better. Underneath the deck, we have the priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? So I feel like this is you. You could be a light worker. You could be a very spiritual being. And this is you following your spiritual path and leading yourself down that path, stepping up to be your own leader. I feel like you could already be quite a powerful energy, but 12 months from now, is like you're stepping into that priest or priestess energy, very, very powerful, you know, here to be of service, here to follow a spiritual path, here to really be someone, to be a leader, to be a guiding light for others, a healing light for others. And 12 months from now, you're really stepping into that power and stepping into your true calling and following that purpose, following where your heart's truly leading you. So very, very beautiful reading that's coming through. Oh wow, we're at 50 minutes already. Okay, so we're going to finish off with advice for you right now. So this is immediately following this reading, any advice that you can start to take or implement. We'll pull a couple of spirit animal cards, and I'm going to use the charms for this section. So let's just get a couple of spirit animal wisdom cards. Do you know there is not one air suit, like sword suit. In this deck it would be air, and in a normal tarot deck it would be the swords. There's not one sword of, there's not one card of that suit in this spread. And that tells me that, it kind of confirms to me that the next 12 months is really about getting out of your head and getting into your heart and following your passions. There's a lot of fire, there's a lot of earth, and there's a lot of water. So this is like, yeah, tuning into what lights up your heart space, what lights up your soul, what sort of ignites your passions, and sort of, you know, makes you want to be here present with the earth. And yeah, just very interesting. All right, so any advice for right now for group 1, please? Oh, okay, we've got 2 already. Oh, look, we got Phoenix coming out, and we had the Phoenix here. I love it when those little synchronicities happen. All right, so we have the leaf cutter ant, army of life, ask for help, seek support, you're not alone. That makes so much sense to me, because I really am picking up like single parent vibes in this reading for a large portion of you. I'm not saying all of you have to resonate with that, but even if you don't resonate with that message, it feels like you're someone who tends to rely on yourself, and you don't really seek help or ask for help. You tend to just try to handle everything on your own, and this is telling you that you should stop doing that. You should seek out your army for your life, your soul tribe, your people. You're not alone, and there are people that you can connect with who can help you on this part of your journey. It could also be that sign to say that someone is coming in to support you soon. If you've been single for quite some time, it could be like a lover. But yeah, you'll notice that it's not very often that you kind of see an ant by itself. They're usually traveling in packs. I don't know what a pack of ants is called. A colony, that's right. But they're usually traveling with friends, and they usually share the load. They carry things together and things like that. Even though they're very strong and they probably have a lot of strength to carry things by themselves, they do help each other out. So ask for help, seek support, you're not alone. That's your first message. And then we have the Phoenix. Empower. Fire activations bring creative and spiritual freedom. Seriously, I'm getting so excited for you, group 1, because that's what this is all about. This is like something is awakening you, and I can't help but get, for some reason I'm hearing from Aries season, but the Phoenix is also making me think of Scorpio season. So between now and Scorpio season, between Aries season and Scorpio season, there's like these activations happening within your soul and your spirit. And the best thing that you can do is to get into a creative flow. Like let your creative juices flow, really get into your spiritual routines and tune into your spiritual self. And that's really what's going to empower you and help you grow on this journey, especially in the next, what Aries to Scorpio season would be like, April, May, June, July, August, September. So 7 months. Underneath the deck we have literally same message. Again, very fiery energy. Kundalini, channel your creative passion and sensuality, welcome the transformation. So again, there's that word again, transformation. So you are really going through major transformations. Welcome these transformations. Once again, channel your creative passions, channel your sensual side. And this doesn't just have to mean like your sexual side. Sensual is like your senses. So like stop and smell the flowers. Stop and savor the taste that you're eating. Feel and take in things that feel nice to touch. Like this is about really tuning into your senses, and your senses are also your psychic senses too. So tuning into your psychic or your spiritual senses as well, because I definitely feel like there's a very spiritual path for this group to walk, and it's all kind of revealing itself more and more. The more we go into the reading, which I feel like will happen for you as you kind of go down that path and tune into it, it'll reveal itself more and more. All right, so we're going to finish off with some charms. Might be a little bit loud, so turn your volume down if you wish. I'm going to close my eyes and pull some of these charms. Some of them might just be like little signs or confirmations that the reading's yours. Some of it might be advice. Some of it might not kind of bring through anything because there's some pretty random stuff in here, but we'll just take it as it comes. So advice or signs for group 1. So we are going to stop here. All right, so this paper plane, funnily enough, is actually making me think of like craft, because you make paper planes with your hands. So once again, there could be something that you will be doing with your hands, or something creative or something artistic, or it could be some sort of construction, or just something that you make. Again, we've got a sewing kit as well, so maybe it's like it's something to do with fashion or something to do with sewing, making clothes, something like that. Maybe it's culinary, maybe you're a master with food, you make food with your hands as well. So all of these are like things that you do with your hands. So it's just making me think of like something with your hands, something creative. Maybe it's healing, something to do with your hands is what these 3 things are telling me. And once again, like just to get creative, this is making me think again of that senses, channeling your sensuality. So savoring the tastes, savoring the textures, savoring the smells, things like that. We have a flower. Oh no, that's a starfish. I thought it was a frangipani or something from the back. All right, I'll come back to that in a second then. So yeah, anything with your hands, anything creative, anything to do with your senses. It's going to be very good to tune into those things and do those things, because it's got something to do with like unlocking your gifts and freeing your creative juices and your spiritual flow, so to speak. We have here a little bird, and it's kind of, I know that this is like a parrot or something, but it's got the same thing on its head that this thing here has, and this thing here has, the phoenix. This thing, it's a phoenix. Gosh. And it's just making me think of, once again, like confirmation of this transformation or this sort of rebirth that you're going through. With the anchor, this is definitely telling you that it's important to get or to stay grounded, especially when you're going through these spiritual awakenings and like Kundalini rising. It's like as above, so below. So you're only as secure in that sort of intuitive space as you are anchored into the earth. So it's very important to stay grounded and anchored to the earth. With the starfish and the anchor coming through, seawater at this time could activate something within you, or just spend time by the sea, in the sea, and it could help you in some way. Could cleanse your soul, cleanse your spirit, or something like that. And then the starfish is also making me think again of that energy of like regeneration and rebirth and all of that, because I'm pretty sure that starfish, when they lose a limb, I'm pretty sure they grow one back or something like that. And then here we have the little pink carriage. So this is making me think of like fairy tales, and it's kind of making me, the message that's coming through is sort of like nothing's real if you don't believe in it. So you need to kind of believe that your dreams are coming true. Like it's almost like that's the sense of like, you know, it's good to believe in fairy tales, because you can create such powerful shifts with your mind through that optimistic mindset. So it's like, believe that you can transform your life, believe that it's going to get so much better and so much more abundant. Like that belief, even if it seems far-fetched or if it seems like it would just be a fairy tale for you, like having belief in that is going to encourage the process along. And it's also making me think like time's not running out, you know, your time's not running out for whatever it is that you want to do, because it's making me think of Cinderella and how she's trying to like race the clock and get home before midnight. I think that you're being told like, slow down, there's no rush, you don't need to be anywhere, time's made up, like just chill out, slow down, relax, and take the pressure off, I think is the message in that one. So, an hour long. Wow. If you're still here, thank you for tuning in. I hope that you've enjoyed it, although I think it's safe to say that you probably wouldn't still be watching if this was not an enjoyable reading. I hope that it's brought hope or clarity or optimism to your energy. I'm sending you so much love and light and everything else that's bright, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hi Group 2, welcome to your reading where we are fast forwarding 12 months from now. So either you're here for a general look at life in 12 months from now, or you're here to see how life would pan out if you make a certain decision. So regardless, if you were here for Group 2, it's because you were drawn to the beautiful aura quartz. I don't know if it's better with my hand or without my hand there. And we're going to dive into your messages. So the first few cards that we have here are all about your current energy and your current situation. So we're going to jump straight into these. So this is the archetype that you're embodying right now. The purple card is the energy of your soul or your spirit, and the green card is the energy of your mind. So we have here the sustainer, and what I found very interesting about this card is that it was the card that came out for Group 1 as well, and it literally fell out of the deck when I was shuffling. So either you are doing a comparison reading and you also picked Group 1 and you've either already watched it or you're going to go watch that one next or something, because it's the same archetype. Otherwise, it's just simply a coincidence that you happen to be embodying the same archetype as Group 1 if it's not related. But huge sign that you could be doing a comparison to see like what's it like in 12 months on your current path and what's it like in 12 months if you change paths. But either way, the sustainer, because I read it out from the book in the first group, I don't really need to read it out again. But there is a subtle difference coming through with this card. So the first message that I got when it came out is trying to mold something into a space that it doesn't fit. So it's like trying so hard to keep something together that's just not meant to be there, or like trying to make something work that's just not working. So like maybe if that first part resonates, that you're doing a comparison, maybe this is like, you know, this is the reading that you chose, like staying on your current path that's just not quite working for you. And then the next reading is the, you know, what if you change paths or something like that. But it feels like working really hard to try to make something fit a mold, or maybe you're trying to fit a mold that's just not quite for you, and trying to place yourself in a box that doesn't align, or like I said, trying to make something work that just no longer works is the current energy that I'm picking up on that card. The energy of your soul or your spirit, we have number 7, Triumph, or this is also the Chariot energy. So what I feel with this is that your soul is seeking a win, it's seeking a victory. Your soul is feeling very much driven to get a win out of this situation. So I was like, this situation is not working for me. I want to move somewhere where I'm getting more of a winning outcome, or where I'm getting more of what I deserve, or where I truly belong. It's that type of energy of like wanting to flee this situation and move to somewhere that feels way better, and way more aligned, maybe where you're getting the recognition that you deserve, or just where you're able to fully dedicate and throw yourself into something that you love and that you feel like you're really getting something out of. Because it is next to the Sustainer, this definitely feels like wanting to leave whatever's not working, or leave whatever box you're trying to mold yourself into, and move towards something more authentic, or something that might be calling you. I definitely am getting this energy that your soul is just sort of being pulled in another direction, or it's pulling you in another direction, because it's seeking victory now. It's like, I'm done with these situations that are going nowhere, not working, not going right. Like, I'm done with that. I want to go to where I can get a win. I want to go and achieve something. I want to go and achieve one of the goals that I've set for myself. Like, I'm not doing anything that I want to be doing here. I want to shift direction. So your soul is really feeling that pull, or your soul is really pulling you, and you're feeling the pull of your soul. So that's your body and spirit. And then this is the energy of your mind. So we have the six of Earth. So even your mind is quite focused on how you can get more out of the situations you're giving to. So if you're giving a lot out, you're like, how can I get more back? If you're having to work really hard and you're getting not a lot in return, it's like your mind's focused on rebalancing the scales. It's focused on getting a win. It's focusing on getting more. So it's like, I'm putting all this energy out and I'm getting not enough back in return. How can I, balance the scales here? How can I get more? So I'm getting this feeling of like feeling overworked, feeling like you're not being recognized for what you do, and feeling this deep urge and this deep pull to go where you can balance the scales and get an equal amount back as to what you're putting out there or putting into something. It could be like more money, it could be more recognition, it could be more of a work-life balance. The Six of Earth is like an indication that it's material related, so like money, home, foundations, savings, earnings, things like that. Or we could look at it as like a work-life balance, and trying to get like an even give and take in that department. But that's what I'm pulling through for your current energy or your current situation. So it is in many ways similar to group 1. So I feel like if you resonated with group 1's message, you probably resonate with this too. It's just slightly different in some ways, but I feel like that's because maybe some of you came from group 1 or are going to group 1, and then others of you aren't. So it should kind of actually fit for both of you regardless. Now, the next thing we're going to do is quickly pull a few cards. We're not going to leave these ones out, but we are going to move into the 12 months from now portion of the reading. So with this deck, we're going to just kind of look at life in general, just like a very kind of general look. And then we're going to break it down into love, home and family, finances, career path or your career journey, your personal and your spiritual evolution, and then we're going to get any advice for right now. So it's heaps to cover. The last group took an hour, so it's a very good deep reading, very thorough, and lots of information is going to come through. So let's continue into your messages. So 12 months from now, can we get a general look at group 2's life 12 months from now? Okay, so we've got the Ace of Swords. So like fresh new perspectives, a fresh new outlook on life. Could be new ideas, new inspirations. We have the 9 of Pentacles. It was in the reverse position. So this is almost making me think of like a new idea or a new inspiration regarding self-employment. So 12 months from now, it feels like there's some sort of new idea that helps you break out of being employed and kind of brings you into, there's the Chariot, brings you, what was I saying? Yeah, the Ace of Swords feels like a new idea or some sort of something that inspires you relating to self-employment, because the 9 of Pentacles in the upright is a card that I can interpret as self-employment. It's someone who's very financially secure and independent. And in the reverse, that could be like, you know, someone who is still doing well, but maybe it's not like something that they call their own. Like maybe they're getting their wealth from another source. Or that's just how it's kind of coming through for me right now. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse position as well. So there's an idea for self-employment that could potentially put all money troubles and fears behind you. 10 of Pentacles in reverse as well. Oh. Okay, so that might be a message for some of you. And now I'm seeing something else here about 12 months from now, you have a brand new perspective on money and like your value. And I feel as though this new perspective is what like removes any blockages in your financial world. So let's say at the moment you're kind of like thinking in lack, like you're like, I need more, I want more, I don't have enough, I never have enough, you know, I live week to week. You know, it's always like a negative dialogue in your mind when it comes to money. And maybe like there's also limiting beliefs about whether you deserve wealth and riches and things like that. And I think that in 12 months' time, you're going to be thinking and perceiving money very differently, and you're going to realize how important your mindset is in your finances and your endeavors. Because I could also interpret this as like a fear of failure, and you're going to be like, your mindset's going to be so powerful that you'll manifest like growth in the endeavor that you follow. and you'll remove and dissolve the blockages that you have around money, because you'll be thinking different thought patterns, and you'll be perceiving it differently. Like, money is my birthright. Like, we are all born with the right to be abundant, you know. And I think that your mindset is going to dissolve the blockages and help you overcome a fear of like poverty or loss, and you know, overcome any sort of blockages that have prevented you from expanding your money or your wealth. So in 12 months time, with the power of your mind, maybe even like some of your healing journey too, you're going to know that the key to your success comes all the way down to the mind, and you're going to be very, very focused on having a very positive mindset to manifest a lot of success in your endeavors and financial growth. So that's something that's quite a big part of your life 12 months from now. The next thing we're going to go into is love and family. Oh, hello. Actually, no, I'm not going to take anything out yet because I haven't really set an intention. All right, so for group 2, 12 months from now, love life, please. What does their love life look like 12 months from now? What is their romance situation? Group 2, 12 months from now. Group 2's love situation 12 months from now. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have the 4 of water, distraction, self-absorption, and discontentment, and we have 12, awakening, pause, perspective, and selflessness. One more in a bottom deck for group 2's love life 12 months from now. So 12 months from now, you could be feeling pretty trapped and unhappy in a situation. So if what you're trying to make work that's no longer working, or if what you're trying to fit in a box is your relationship with the person right now, or it has something to do with your relationship right now, it feels like if you decide to stay on this path, 12 months from now, you're still going to be discontent. You're still going to be like trying to distract yourself from how you're really feeling, but fully going through this awakening and this awareness of the fact that you don't want to be here, but you've confined yourself here for some reason. The Page of Fire in reverse is making me think of like losing that spark, losing that excitement, that interest, that attraction, and it's like that's just not there anymore. But for whatever reason, you've just sort of stayed complacent, or you've stayed there in this situation. It's like, I don't really want to be here, but for whatever reason, I'm not leaving either. So so far to me, it feels sort of like what you're trying to fit in this box and make work and try to keep perfect. It's like that's the relationship, and if you keep carrying on this path of trying to make something work that doesn't, in 12 months time, you're kind of like in the same place. Like you haven't progressed at all. it hasn't gotten any worse, but it definitely hasn't gotten any better. You're still feeling trapped and stuck, still doubting your ability to free yourself of the situation, and just in this like total stagnancy, but still knowing that there's more to life than this. For those of you that are single and it's not a relationship that you're trying to mold into a box, I would say that in 12 months time, you're still pretty, it's like your focus is on other things, and I almost get an energy of avoiding love or fearing love and therefore not allowing it in. Yeah, it's like not even having a spark or an interest in love because of doubts and fears that the past is going to repeat itself, or you're going to be hurt again, or you don't want to face the emotions that you're already feeling inside you and properly heal them. So you're kind of stuck in this stagnancy where you're not really attracting anyone, but you're not really happy being alone either. So you're kind of stuck in no man's land in this in-between phase. And not really making any progress in terms of your love life. I just heard I've got bigger fish to fry, so maybe your focus is so much on a different area, like maybe it's more focused on your career or something, that you feel like, I don't have time for love, or I've got better things to worry about than love. I can come back to love at any time. I'm still young, or I've got a lifetime to look for love. And your focus is just somewhere different. So there's just not really much going on in your love life. But I do pick up a little bit of like a loss of libido for some people, like whether you're single or in a relationship, like just not really having much of a drive in that department. And yeah, just sort of being focused on other things and trying to avoid all that. So yeah, that's what I'm picking up for love life. Now we're going to go into family and see if there's anything that we can see in terms of family. So what about family 12 months from now for group? How many is there? Okay, so we've got the Page of Air and we have the Five of Fire. All right, so we have a younger energy, could be an air sign, air, sun, moon, or rising. They could be younger than you or just a little bit immature, and there's a clash of egos going on. So this is someone in your family or like your very close community. So think like siblings, cousins, aunties, uncles, nieces, nephews, parents, basically anyone in the extended family, and then like anyone that maybe has like sort of married into the fam or is just really close with the fam, like those types of people. There's someone, so in 12 months time, you're basically having a bit of like a clash of opinions or clash of egos with this person. They are very outspoken. They are very much like they don't hold back. They deliver their truth, but sometimes not in a very nice way. So they can be a little bit impulsive and have a bit of a sharp tongue and say things that maybe they shouldn't in the name of truth. So it's like one of those people that's like, oh, well, I'm just being honest. It's like, yeah, but what you said was still douchey. So someone's bothering you, you're clashing with someone in the family. It could be either someone, if you have a competitive relationship with anyone in your family, this is that person. If there's anyone in your family that just like annoys you, this is that person. So in 12 months time, it's still going on, but for this to come through, it's like, it's bothering you. It's like bothering you quite a lot, taking up a lot of your energy, taking up a lot of your time. And it has you kind of feeling a little bit stuck. Do you know what? This is almost making me think of this, like how she's trying to fit in this little box here, and then there's this huge light around her, like trying to shine, and it's like someone trying to keep you in a box. So even if it is a parent, which, like I said before, is not necessarily in this group that the page is younger than you, but it could be someone very immature. It's like someone wants to keep you in this little box, and when you try to expand out of that box, they try to keep you stuck in there, or they try to shut you down or cut you down with their words, or they deliver like backhanded compliments, or when you don't act within the way they like, suddenly they are really, you know, nasty or rude or something. Yeah, so that's something that you're dealing with in the family. Anything else you can tell us, either related to or not related to that message for group 2's family life, 12 months from now? These could be very much linked to, and this could be what you're trying to like avoid and escape from and distract yourself from. And it could be what's like dimming your spark and making you lose motivation and lose passion and things like that, and kind of putting you in this like pause. It doesn't have to be, but it could be related for some of you if that would resonate. Oh my, I was literally seeing the 6 of fire in my mind as I was talking about these. So for it to come out, I'm like, whoa. So 12 months from now, yeah, you're dealing with this, but there's also a positive resolution, and it's a resolution that benefits you. Like you get a win out of this somehow. And that's quite interesting, because these cards up here is like your desire to receive more, to be recognized, to get the same energy that you're giving. And so there's like a positive outcome here, and it's one that benefits you, and it boosts your self-esteem. Maybe if this is something ongoing that you're already dealing with, maybe 12 months from now, this person gives you some sort of recognition or apology, or they finally recognize you for who you are, or they compliment you in some way, or they're just like, you know, I'm sorry I used to be such an idiot, or I'm sorry that I used to do this or do that. You know, you really are a great person, or like, I really do see your value, and they give you that recognition, and finally, you know, you're able to like break out of that little box, or break out of that little prison you feel like you're in, and truly finally shine from the inside out. It's like you wanted this person's approval, and it's like you're finally getting it. Not that I'm saying it's healthy to need someone's approval, but everyone has their reasons, and it's, even though maybe you don't need it, maybe getting it is just like a major self-esteem boost, or a major positivity boost or something for you. What else can we see in family for group 2, 12 months from now? Okay, so the 10 of water tells me that like you make peace. I think you make peace with someone 12 months from now, or around about that time, or by 12 months from now, you've made peace with this person, and there's a lot more peace, harmony, and love within your family. Yeah, I think that these 4 cards are all very much linked, and there's this like a problem is solved, or a relationship in your family is healed. Someone apologizes, someone makes peace, someone, you know, recognizes you or gives you the recognition that you deserve. And yeah, there's a lot more like love and peace in the family, a lot more harmony, and just overall like happy ending energy almost, that is. Underneath the deck we have the moon. So it could be definitely like a discussion or a very open and honest discussion about feelings and emotions. So it's like, you know, this person confides in you, or they finally open up about something, or, you know, the two of you maybe open up about something and talk about your feelings. You expose the truth in some way and reveal the truth, and then it softens the energies, it breaks down some barriers, it brings more vulnerability in, and more balance. Like, if you look in this card, it seems like it's a lot more balanced. We've got the two pillars either side. She's got her two hands out, very balanced. The wings, it's very like symmetrical kind of thing. And we have like one person, one of the wolves is like mouth open howling, and one is closed like listening. So it's almost like someone has a lot to say and a lot to make up for, and they open up about it, reveal the truth, maybe reveal the reason as to why they were acting this way, or, you know, maybe they're like, you know, I was always jealous of you, or I was always threatened by you, or whatever the case may be. It's like a very vulnerable, truthful conversation that brings healing and a lot of peace, like I said. The moon also can be linked to both Pisces and Cancer, but in this case it's making me think of Cancer, because the Cancer is so related to like the home. So any family issues with a particular person that you have conflict with will be resolved, and there'll be a lot more harmony 12 months from now. So that's a very nice message. That's nice to get. All right, so we're going to go into finances now. I'm going to take a quick drink. So group 2's financial situation 12 months from now. Can we please get a card and a bottom deck to represent group 2's financial situation 12 months from now? Okay, hang on a minute. We got 2 cards out. We have a 13, release, the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. And we have the, oh my gosh, yes, this definitely relate, I'm like smacking the cards, excuse me. This relates to that message that we got at the beginning, about how your mindset impacts your sort of financial abundance and like your money. And because this is like spiritual transformation and the end of a phase or situation. So it's like the end of a period of struggle, combining spirituality with practicality to benefit your financial earnings and, you know, the money that's flowing towards you. And then the Queen of Air is someone who has mastered their mind. You know, they very much have control over their mind, clearing away all that no longer serves you, getting rid of those limiting beliefs, focusing more on what she wants to attract and create and generate rather than anything else, clearing away any fears, and being able to see a higher perspective on the way that you generate wealth and money. Realizing how much your self-worth impacts your money, realizing how much your beliefs impact your money, and transforming the power, or transforming your mind to harness the power that your money truly has, that your mind truly has over your money. And then we also have the 9 of Earth, which is a great card. Enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. So you might have a new idea on how to generate wealth at home, and you might lean towards self-employment. If you do already have self-employment, or you begin self-employment in the next 12 months, this is a sign that you're going to be in a very good position, in a position where you can, travel, enjoy the finer things in life, and periods of rest and luxury and relaxation, and being in a very solid, independent financial position kind of confirms to me that single message, because this can be like a card of a bachelor or bachelorette who's doing very well financially, not really thinking about love. So that kind of comes back into the message once more again. And there's that message of like a new idea or a new business venture that does well. So if you have an idea that you're implementing now, or if you implement something in the next 12 months, or if in 12 months you have the idea and you implement it, it will turn out to be doing very well, and it will get you in a really good position financially. So that's some good news about that. I think healing your heart and your mind is what mostly increases your wealth, because it's like having a sense of worth and having more control over your thoughts to generate and attract more. You may also be like, rather than trying to manifest like money and being like, oh, I'm a millionaire, I'm rich, I'm this, I'm that, maybe you'll start to look sort of beyond that and manifest the experience that you're desiring rather than the money itself. That was random, but anyways. All right, so now we're going to do like your actual career path and see where you're at there. So this can maybe tell us exactly where you're at and help us to clarify that message that we were just discussing, actually, because either you've already started something and it's doing really well 12 months from now, or you're starting something 12 months from now that has a lot of potential to generate wealth and time to enjoy yourself and what life has to offer more. So 12 months from now, group 2's career situation. Where are they at in terms of career 12 months from now? Okay, so we have the initiation, or the initiation card. So you could definitely be in that initiation phase where you are beginning something. But the next 2 cards will be important to see how far it's progressed by this time. So group 2 career, that's too many. Group 2 career, 12 months from now, what are they doing? Once again, I'm kind of getting that message of like mixing spirituality and practicality. So like doing something more spiritual or more meaningful, or to serve others or serve the earth, but then the practicality comes into it because you're earning money for doing that. So it's like mixing the spiritual world and the material world together and combining them. Okay, we have the 2 of Forces, the Willow. We'll get one more card, please. Yeah, okay, so the Two of Forces is definitely making me think of it's like giving me that message of like balance again. So like balancing spirituality with practicality, you know, balancing the two. I'm just noticing that like there's a lot of light coming out here. There's a lot of light coming out from this tree. There's some light coming out of the Buddha's head here around his crown. And it is making me think of, once again, like you doing something more spiritual with yourself 12 months from now. It's like you're a healing light or a guiding light for others, or you're serving the earth in some way. But what's clear from 12 months from now is that you're out of the preparation phase and you have initiated. So you've begun the new journey. It's probably giving you a little bit more, like I said, balance in like how much time you have off to prioritize your own needs and how much time you're working. For those of you that resonate, you could be going on a spiritual journey yourself. Like you could be traveling somewhere in 12 months from now, you could be traveling somewhere and you could be, it's like giving me retreat vibes. So it's like your career's kind of been left behind for a moment while you travel to this spiritual retreat. And I'm kind of seeing like, you know, healing, maybe even some plant medicine for those that do that. Collective healing, group healing, connecting to nature, and coming back feeling very prepared, and even like coming back more ascended, and coming back ready to implement these teachings in your own life or to like with others. So maybe it's like, for example, you go away to learn how to do something, and you come back with the qualification or the certificates to be able to start doing that for others. So for example, you go on a yoga retreat where you learn how to be a yoga teacher, and then you come back and you implement that in your own life and you start to teach others yoga. But it can be anything. That's just to give you like an idea of what I mean. So it's like you going on a retreat to learn something and then coming back to share your teachings or your knowledge or practice that skill. Or like I said, it's just like your own personal healing journey, your own personal spiritual journey. And like career's kind of like not so important at this point because of what you're doing. But yeah, for a lot of you, I'm kind of like picking up on like some sort of retreat or journey. All right, so the next part we're going to look at is your personal/spiritual evolution 12 months from now. So we're going to go with the Work Your Light Oracle for this part. So group 2, where are they at in terms of their personal/spiritual journey 12 months from now? Oh, it feels uncomfortable shuffling over there, but I don't want to move all the cards. Oh, hello. Okay, so the first, oh my gosh, the mirror. Who or what is triggering you? And we literally had a message here about someone who is triggering you. Very interesting. So you could even be reflecting on what this situation is trying to like reveal to you or show you about yourself. And maybe the victory that you have is like your own little victory, and you overcome something and they don't no longer trigger you or something like that. But this could definitely tie into this message of like, you know, being on a retreat and holding up a mirror and facing your triggers, facing your deep truths, and doing a lot of deep reflection, deep healing, deep cleansing. Didn't even see that one. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. So this could be happening with the help of a priestess, mystic, or teacher of some kind. And again, I'm seeing multiple figures here. So I do believe that in 12 months from now, some of you are going on a spiritual retreat. And either it could be a combination of both your own healing and learning how to be a healer. It could be both. It could have a positive effect on both of those areas. Like maybe you're going to become a teacher, but it heals you a lot in the meantime. Like whatever you learn helps you heal as well, and helps you clearly see some triggers of your own. So yeah, a lot of you are going on a journey to learn how to be a priestess, mystic, teacher of your own in some way, and some of you are going to be guided by a priestess, mystic, or teacher, and going on quite a healing journey 12 months from now. Another confirmation that you guys could be linked to group 1, because they literally also got this card. Yeah, so you're crossing a threshold 12 months from now. So either facing a lot of stuff that's going to help sort of usher you into a brand new life, a brand new way of thinking, being, feeling. Or actually you have 2 initiation cards. So it's like double confirmation that you're either initiating some sort of spiritual business or spiritual like a spiritual path, or you're on a journey, and this journey, because of all the healing and all the expansion, this journey is what ushers you through that portal into that new life. It like helps you release a lot and heal a lot and step into that new life. Very, very interesting. So for a lot of you, I feel like a lot of you, I feel like you're on some kind of retreat doing a lot of healing, and this sort of like initiates or activates even something within you. And it's almost giving me that vibe of like moving up into the 5D, where like not much can trigger you anymore after this little healing journey here. And then others of you, this journey is to learn how to be a teacher or a mystic or a priestess of your own in some way. And these are people who help humanity or help the earth and the ascension processes of either or in some way. It's like, you know, they're on a mission to be of service to others or the world in some way, to help. So that could be like a purpose of yours in this lifetime. So we're going to move into some advice. So we'll get a few spirit animal wisdom cards of advice, and then we're also going to finish off with some advice from the charm bowl as well. So the advice is for right now, or even just to sort of carry with you for the next 12 months. Okay, so group 2's advice for the present time, please. What's group 2's current advice? We have the butterfly emerging. Take the leap of faith. So whatever the leap of faith is that you have been desiring or wanting to do, you're being guided to take that leap. Take the leap of faith, go through your beautiful evolution and transform into the beautiful, free butterfly that you are. Don't cage yourself into a box that you don't belong to or fit in any longer. Free yourself. Take the leap of faith. And this is kind of like similar colors of the butterflies and how they're in darkness. It's kind of like the cocoon phase and then the new life. Current advice for group 2. We have the hedgehog, acceptance, embrace who you are. So yeah, this is like not trying to fit in to a mold or fit up to someone's expectations or fit into someone's expectations, live up to them. Whatever, this is about embracing who you really are and accepting yourself regardless of anyone or anything else around you. Because if you don't love and accept yourself, then it's difficult for others to even get to know the real you, let alone to accept and love you also. And again, another card about transformation, the swan. Soften your heart and find your flow. So I feel like, if you're trying to fit in somewhere that you don't fit, it's far from flowing and things start to feel very blocked or very forced. They're no longer flowing, they're forced. So this is like soften your heart, follow your heart and find where it kind of takes you, flow with where it takes you. The swan doesn't start off this graceful and beautiful. It has to go through a transformation. So it's almost saying like it's time for you to evolve into that graceful, soft, sovereign being that you are. And yeah, flow. Underneath the deck is the chameleon. Wait, was that underneath the deck or did that shuffle out? Oh my God, I can't remember. But I feel like this is meant to come out anyway, and maybe that's why I've gone blank, because this makes a lot of sense as well. With the soul tribe and the chameleon, it is safe to be seen. So like it is safe to be who you are. You don't need to blend in or fit in with anybody or anything. You're allowed to, shine your true colors and be your best self. You don't have to dim to fit in. Shine your biggest and brightest light and find safety in that. So I'm going to get some charms now. It could be a little bit loud, so turn down the volume if you need to. I do pick with my eyes closed and I dig in a few times so that I don't just get all the same ones. But let's get some more advice for group 2. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. We have a butterfly. How cute. Some confirmation of the butterfly. All right, we have the 2 hearts here. So I don't really, this could be like confirmation for some of you of like those of you who are resonating with the fact that you are in a connection, you feel very bound to this person, but it's starting to feel forced and you're losing that spark and things like that. This could just be the confirmation that right now the box you're trying to fit in is this connection and it's sort of like not for you. I would also say that, like, you know, it's with the hammer, it's like you've tried to fix it for long enough, or you've been doing the fixing, you've been carrying the burden and doing the work, and unfortunately just not getting the results that you want. So it might be time to, you know, kind of like break free and move on. All I'm hearing with this is like half filled, and it feels like it's representing kind of like your heart space at the moment. It's like you're settling to be just half happy or half full when you could have the full experience, you know, like you can get more, you deserve more, that type of thing. Some of you may have a cat, maybe a black cat to be specific. Otherwise, this cat looks very similar to the cat in this deck, which is all about speaking your truth, opening up that throat chakra and being very honest, very open, very vulnerable, and very authentic, being your true self, which is all like kind of here, acceptance, embrace who you are, it's safe to be seen. And then like expressing your truth kind of comes with being yourself. We have the little Egyptian eye. Maybe it's the Eye of Ra. I don't quite know. So some of you could have ties to ancient Egypt. And then with the gold leaf, that's just kind of making me think, I don't know why, it's making me think of like, for a start, I kind of almost am looking at that as like hiding, blending in, kind of like this chameleon. But I'm also kind of seeing like spiritual ascension, and I feel like you may awaken to a past life or have a past life vision or dream or memory linked to an Egyptian lifetime. Or you may have Egyptian roots, or you may be being called to Egypt. Maybe your retreat or your travel opportunity is going to be Egypt, and you're going to go and see and connect with the Egyptian culture, the land, etc., etc. I don't know, I think, maybe because it's like a gold leaf, I'm thinking of the alchemist and like, you know, turning things into gold. So yeah, Egypt could be like a place you're being called to, or a place that you're actually going to travel to, or you could just have past lives there and you could start to recall some of these past life memories and things like that. So that's pretty cool. So that's where I'm going to leave you, group 2. Gosh, if you're still here, thank you. It's obviously been an enjoyable reading if you're still here. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm sending you so much love, so much light, and everything else that's bright. And I look forward to seeing you again in another video soon. Bye. Hi Group 3, welcome to your reading today where we are looking at life 12 months from now. So you could either be here for a general look at life in 12 months, or perhaps you're seeing how life will look in 12 months if you did blank. So if you took a certain action, if you changed paths in some way. This is like a hypothetical look at what life would be like in 12 months time. So Group 3, we're here with the Emerald. And we'll dive straight into your messages. So to begin with, we're going to do a current energy check for you guys. So we're going to look at the current archetype that you are embodying, the energy of your souls / your spirit, and then the energy of your mind. So to start with the archetype, you guys have the 1. I must admit, this is not a card that comes out very often when I'm doing readings. So we're going to look at the book for like a detailed message, but there's definitely this kind of like, like my interpretation of what I'm seeing here is very much sort of, connected. I don't know how to explain. It's like this energy of being very connected with the universe and being very aware of the concept of one consciousness and like one collective type thing, and just sort of being very in tune or being very aware of like the cosmic energies, influences, and being aware of like the interconnectedness of humanity and things like that. But I'll quickly go to the book and we'll have a quick read of the message. So it says here, our ability to experience this archetype firsthand is limited. It comes in brief. Okay, so that straight away is like kind of answering the question of why this card doesn't come out very often, because like it says here, our ability to experience this archetype firsthand is limited. So obviously it's kind of rare, or it's kind of like the concept of it, our concept of it is limited in some way. But anyways, it comes in brief and potent moments that we are left to savor for a lifetime. The 1 is both the energy that unites all living beings and our capacity to sense this intimate union. This archetype eludes us most of our lives, appearing as a concept in a distant galaxy. Yet when we are in the midst of its power, a solemn reverence falls across the land. We glimpse ourselves in the vastness of all consciousness and are neither small nor large within that field. We are neither important nor unimportant. All duality fades away, and we are left with what is, the precious knowing that life is a gift, and we are both the giver and the receiver of this fortune. So that does kind of speak a little bit about like that interconnectedness, and that union type energy. And it seems like if I was to describe this as your current energy or your current archetype, it's as if you almost, like, obviously if you're here, you'll probably understand this. And if you don't, maybe it's not your pile. But do you ever have these moments where, say, for example, in my experience, if I'm like, so I like to go down south from where I am in the world, and there's beautiful countrysides and open spaces and just really, really beautiful views. The ocean's there's like hills and mountains and things like that. And when I'm standing there, like on the edge of like the rocks and just looking out at the ocean and the mountainside, it's like, wow, I'm really am like nothing. Like I'm just a dot in the vastness of this universe. And you realize how tiny and how almost irrelevant you really are. And it's not even in like a lacking self-worth way, but it's just like I really am just one tiny little speck if we zoom out far enough. And it's, I don't know, like I think there's just this awareness right now of how tiny you are, how vast the universe is, how the more you know, the more you realize how much you don't know and how much you can't know, because we can't even grasp certain concepts. And there's this real spiritual, connected expansion energy that you seem to be in right now. So very much in tune with your spirituality and bringing that into your life. Very much tuning into the cosmos and tuning into your own energy and things like that is what I would describe for you currently. The energy of your soul / spirit. Interesting. So we have material and spiritual prosperity, and this in a general tarot deck would be the Six of Pentacles. But this makes a lot of sense. So your soul is kind of, first of all, this card represents like being quite balanced. So I feel like your soul is quite balanced because of the fact that you're like balancing your spirituality with your like material world or your practical world and things like that. So your soul is quite balanced and is in quite a nice harmony, and your soul seems to be maybe just considering how much either you can do for others or how you can maybe merge the two, like your spiritual and your material world. Like if you're doing really well materially, maybe you want to start investing more into your spiritual self, or maybe you want to make money while engaging with like a spiritual purpose. Maybe you're opening up to like, you know, your purpose in life and trying to figure out how you can live true to that while making an income. But there's this energy of like your soul is very balanced, and now it's kind of looking outward and seeing how you can better balance your life in a way that you can incorporate your material world and your spiritual world. Okay, the energy of your mind, the Seven of Pentacles or the Seven of Earth. So it's like one up from the Six of Pentacles here. And this kind of tells me that your soul and your mind are also quite aligned. So you seem to be fairly aligned in general. So like your mind, body, soul connection is very healthy right now. Everything's quite balanced and it's all quite in sync and working really well together. And the Seven of Earth in this deck is kind of like someone who's thinking about the right time or the right thing to do in this situation to bring more joy and bring more happiness into your material world. So once again, there's this energy of trying to combine the spiritual world and the material world to be prosperous in both, and perhaps to be like giving back or giving to others or serving others in some way, serving the earth in some way, which is kind of making, I feel like that was a similar message I got in one of the other groups as well, actually. So they're kind of all, they could potentially all be linked if you're looking at, or all be linked in some way. Depending on how you're using this reading. Like if you're doing a comparison, then it makes sense that they have links or like subtle links in between the piles. But regardless of whether you're doing two or one or whatever, that is what your current energy is looking like. I'm going to take a quick sip of tea. All right, so we'll just move these over a little bit. So very in tune with your spiritual self, very much trying to figure out what to do or waiting for the perfect time to act on something. And it's something that's going to bring prosperity into your material and your spiritual world, because it's going to all start to align because of the healthy alignment that you've got within yourself. So next portion of the reading. Okay, so I'm filming group 3 the next day because they were so long I ended up running out of time, and now I can't remember if for this part if I did now or in 12 months. No, I think I did in 12 months. So what we're going to first do is like a life in general 12 months from now, and just see what comes through in general, because that'll be like probably the most major focus or the major thing within your energy, if that makes sense. But then we're going to break it all down into sections. So we'll look at like love and family, finances, career path, personal spiritual evolution, and then we're also going to get some advice for right now. Okay, well, hang on, I haven't even asked you a question, so just a moment. So for group 3, 12 months from now, life in general, what's going on for group 3, 12 months now? What's life like in general 12 months from now for group 3? Oh, so we have the 6 of Wands. So that's a victory, achieving a goal, public recognition, or like an award even. So you could be getting awarded for something, you could be getting recognized for something. If what you do is something that could attract a following or a crowd or fame, you could be definitely like sort of in the spotlight, or you could have a lot of people looking up to you or being inspired by you. But mostly there's just this sense of victory 12 months from now. So let's see if we can get some more 12 months from now for group 3. All right, so we have the Knight of Swords here. Now, it's very uncommon that that I ever see 2 people on the Knight of Swords. So this kind of makes me think of a partnership. So maybe what you begin to do, or maybe it's like a business partnership that you like team up with someone else. And because it's making me think of like 2 minds focused on the same thing, like 2 people putting energy and investing in the same thing, because the Swords energy is like mental. So it's like, you know, that's saying like, you know, putting your heads together and, you know, brainstorming or planning, strategizing, thinking about the same things. What else can you tell us? So it could be a partnership that's doing really well, because there's definitely some kind of like team effort. A meeting of minds, I'm hearing. So it's like you and someone else have the same intention, the same goal, and then you bring it to fruition. Okay, so we have the King of Swords now. So Knight of Swords and then the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is like someone very wise, mature, a leader, someone very objective and fair. You could both be, just to throw it out there, you could both be air signs, you and this person, or have like air, sun, moon, rising signs. And this could be like one of you and the other one. Or kind of what I'm seeing here is like a lot of growth, a lot of spiritual evolution, a lot of sort of maturing. It's almost like maybe in the next 12 months you personally might go from the Knight of Swords to the King of Swords, where you fully evolve and you're fully living your truth. Yeah, that's what it is. So I still do think it's a partnership for majority of you, but then I feel like what that's saying is like this partnership, the reason it does so well is because you're fully in your truth, you're fully in your power, you're sharing your knowledge or teaching your knowledge with others, sharing your wisdom, or whatever you're doing is part of your truth. And then we have the Two of Wands. So it may even open up another path for you come 12 months time. Like this venture here might then create another opportunity or another path. It could lead you to like another location or lead you to travel. But it seems to lead you to another opportunity. And in 12 months time, you are wondering whether it's time to kind of move on and follow this new opportunity, or to like stick around with what you're doing. So maybe you go from being like in partnership to moving solo on this new journey, and that's kind of what you're trying to decide 12 months from now is, okay, do I stay in this partnership or do I go down this like route now? Okay, so that's what the general look is, but I will put these ones away so that we have enough space. So now we're going to go through each area and we're going to break it down. So we'll go with your love life 12 months from now. So love life / intimate life, what's going on for group 3, 12 months from now. Months from now, group 3's love life / intimate life. What's going on in 12 months from now, group 3 love life. So we have the 8 of water coming out first. So you could potentially be moving on and searching for better in 12 months time. So if you're single, maybe this is just continuing the journey that you're already on. If you're with someone right now, I'm sorry to say, or maybe you'll be pleased to know that in 12 months time you found the strength to walk away and search for more, because obviously whatever you're leaving behind is not fulfilling you. So you're on this journey of searching for true happiness and fulfillment, and this journey of self-empowerment. Okay, I'm not going to take those. I'm going to shuffle again. I don't really like to take any more than one at a time unless I really, really feel called to. I'm just an overthinker. I'm a Virgo. Group 3's love life, 12 months from now. Okay. So 12 months from now, you're already in flux, like you're already moving away from something, journeying away from something, on this journey of self-love, self-empowerment, this journey of figuring out what brings meaning to you and your life. And it does lead you to a Knight of Water. So I do see romance 12 months from time, and it looks like it's in the very early stages 12 months from time. The Knight of Water could be a Cancer sign or any water sign in the sun, moon, rising. And this person they're like emotionally available and open. They have a romantic side to them. They will definitely like court you a little, like they'll show you they're interested and they'll actually put effort into winning you over. And with all the sort of nature around this person, I kind of pick up on like a real grounded energy in this person. So you've either just met or you're dating someone of that nature. One more and a bottom deck for group 3's love life, 12 months from now, please. Come on, what have you got for us? One more card and a bottom deck energy for group 3's love life, 12 months from now. Okay, so we've got the 6 of air and it says their relief, hope, moving on. So this could either be the person you're moving away from 12 months time, or you're in 12 months time, you're on that journey of like walking away and this is the person you meet, and then it feels like this person may be like a sigh of relief to your energy. It's like they bring you this really safe energy and it gives you hope for the future and it gives you like light at the end of the tunnel kind of vibes. And I think that this person helps you, you know, move towards better things. Underneath the deck we have awakening. So there could definitely, this person could like awaken you to I guess like new feelings, new energies. It kind of feels like the connection that you share like awakens something within your spirit as well, or I don't know, I just feel like it's like really smooth sailing, and perhaps that's not what you're used to. Like maybe previously you were in a relationship that just didn't quite go this smooth, and then this kind of changes your perspective on how relationships should be, and you're like, oh, this is how it's meant to be. Like, you know, what I was involved in really wasn't healthy, or something along those lines. So yeah, I just think that this person is a real sigh of relief to you. They feel like home, they bring calm to your soul, they kind of help you just sort of take time out to like enjoy the moment. And yeah, they like really awaken something within you. I feel like I'm taking a lot of time up on this section, so we're going to start to move on, and now we're going to have a look at family. So this is more like, you know, if you have children, or you're like not a partner type family, but like your parents and your siblings, aunties, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins, things like that. We'll just see what wants to come through, what's being highlighted. So group 3's family life, 12 months from now, please. so we have the King of Fire coming out first. So when, like in terms of like family, this could be a masculine energy. It doesn't have to mean that they are male, but they are a masculine dominant energy. Like it says here, charismatic. They might have like a really interesting way of thinking, or a different or creative way of thinking. Probably very funny and charming, but also like they have a lot of like good advice and inspiration as well in them. So this is speaking about a specific person in the family, whether it's you know, a parent or a sibling or an uncle or an auntie or cousin or whatever the case. I feel like it's someone a little bit older than you. Otherwise they could just be like someone that just seems to have like wisdom beyond their years. But for most people, I feel like this is someone older than you. So what wants to come through about this person? We have Wise Counselor. So someone could either be getting married, because this is also known as the Hierophant card. So there could be a wedding in the family 12 months from now, which you could either already know about, or it might be something that's still to come. That could be the tradition it's speaking of, or this person could be stepping into some kind of like leadership position or higher authority position. So someone could be getting some kind of like promotion or stepping into this really powerful position of some sort. They could have really good advice for you, or they could be like a really strong influence in your life 12 months from now, perhaps. Ten of Fire. Stressed and imbalanced. This feels like, oh. I'm going to take those ones. They seem to, they help you realize a dream, or they help you they help you in some way. Let's get another card and a bottom deck. Oh, King of Air again has come out. And the Eight of Earth. So in some way, there is a person in your family. They're either older or wiser than you. Not that I'm trying to compare you to anybody, but they help you realize a dream, or they help you make a dream happen. And they do this by reducing your responsibilities, or reducing your problems, or giving you the right advice or something that helps you cultivate more balance and helps you bring more peace and happiness into your life. And there's also this energy, again, like this air sign energy, that I feel like you partner up with, because we have the King of Air with the Eight of Earth. So it feels like that stops there, and then this is something else. So it could be someone in your family, or in like your close community, even if it's not like blood relatives. You know how we kind of have like non-blood relatives almost. yeah, like someone either pays for your education to do something, or they pay for you to learn this skill, or they grant you the means to make something happen. They invest, or they have the right advice or knowledge to help you start this business or start this thing. Somehow they bring a solution your way, and they help you bring a dream to fruition. So 12 months from now, someone in your family or your very close community help you realize a dream. I could even view this as like someone getting a loan on your behalf, or someone giving you a loan, or I even heard like inheritance. So if you've lost a family member who left you money, this could be like receiving that money, or you've already got that money and you're putting their money towards a dream. Like it's not going to waste, it's going towards something that really means something to you. And it's like you following your higher path with this person's help. Even if they're not here anymore, it's like they were still able to help you, yeah, realize this dream. For some people, this could be the same person, and it's like just, you know, this one person's very, very heavily helping you, or a big part of your life in 12 months from now, or they could be different people. So someone that you start to work with, and someone that helps you like realize this goal or this dream and bring it to fruition. I hope I'm not rambling too much. I hope I'm making sense. Let's move into finances. So 12 months from now, what is Group 3's financial situation? Okay, so Group 3's financial situation, 12 months from now, please. Group 3's financial situation. So we have the 2 of air and we have the 4 of earth. So this one here says being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. And the 4 of earth says being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, and giving to those less fortunate. So these 2 cards are kind of reminding me of that message that we got at the beginning of you considering like maybe ways to give back, being at that crossroads of like starting that business or staying where you are, or staying on the path that you're on. So like if you have a job, maybe it's not really fulfilling, but it brings in the money, and you're at the crossroads of, okay, do I invest in this business decision and go for that, or do I just stay here and pretend there's no problem? Because it's making me think of like, financially speaking, you're weighing up options and trying to decide what to do either with your money or for your money, and also trying to come up with ways to be in a position where you can give to those that are less fortunate as well, understanding that money is like a flow of energy and you should be giving and receiving to kind of help that flow. Underneath the deck is justice, fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. So I think that this is coming down to like, okay, do I follow my truth with faith or do I compromise my truth? And I think that this is the moment that you kind of decide it's time to follow my truth. And then maybe like, what's helping you realize that truth is this person who gives really good advice, and then this other person who wants the same thing as you, or you realize this and then the rest kind of is manifested for you once you make that decision. But it feels like, yeah, this is the moment where you kind of decide that you're going to step into your full truth, your full power, invest in that partnership or that business model or that mutual goal that you have with that person, and yeah, kind of bring success into your life in that way. I think you're definitely kind of like weighing up all the pros and cons and thinking very thoroughly about this decision. I don't think you're rushing it. I don't think it's like you're not procrastinating, but you're not rushing it either. Like, you're making really good decisions. You're making fair and right decisions, just decisions, doing what you know is right, standing up for your beliefs and your truth, and stepping into your power, it feels like 12 months from now. So sometimes, because we got that message before of like inheritance, I do just want to point out that sometimes justice can represent like legal matters or court matters. And 8 can be a number of like money and abundance. So it's just making me think, and also karma, it's also making me think of like getting what you are owed, or like that court system and getting that financial return. And then the 4 of Earth could represent you being very careful with that money, but also giving some of it to those less fortunate, like not just hoarding it all for yourself, like giving to those in need, or like a charity or fund close to your heart, or a cause close to your heart. And yeah, like making really fair and mature decisions with your money. So yeah, if inheritance is something that you could be getting in 12 months time, or in 12 months time, then it seems like you're just making really fair and balanced decisions, trying to put it towards the right things and investing it in towards your truth, perhaps. So career-wise, what's going on in terms of career journey for group 3, 12 months from now? Okay, so we have the 2 of Scrolls. Wait, that's not really the middle, is it? 2 of Scrolls. We have 3. And I'm going to take them because I was already laying them out before I even realised. And then underneath the deck we have the 3 of Forces. So this makes a lot of sense, because the 2 of Scrolls is another card of like being in between worlds. So it's still like you're not fully where you want to be, and you're still kind of in 2 minds about what to do here. The 1 of Scrolls does tell me that it's like you do decide to jump on board that train, or the train that is your truth, and follow that path. But it does seem like in 12 months time you're kind of at that crossroads point, about to make that decision and jump on board. The 6 of Keys kind of makes me think that there is some sort of like creative talent, or some sort of unique skill or hobby or an art or something that you've mastered or will master. I also feel like when I look at this card, I'm noticing that he's still working, and it's like well into the night outside the window. So if that message of being like overworked, so yeah, if like in 12 months time you're overworked, it feels like that could have like a major impact in your decision making to like jump on that new path, because it's like, no, I'm done working my butt off all day, all night, basically, like never getting to switch off. It's not making me happy anymore. It's not fulfilling. I'm switching tracks and I'm jumping on this train to follow my truth, basically. So I'm noticing that I'm very scattered and pausey throughout this reading. So first of all, I apologize for it, but if that's something that if you feel a little bit scattered, or if you feel a little bit, I don't know, spacey, definitely ground your energy. So if you didn't do that at the beginning of the reading, go back to the intro and do that 1 minute of grounding. Maybe you need it, but yeah, I just feel a bit spacey and the messages feel a bit stuck. So I don't know if that's maybe because I'm supposed to advise you guys to get a bit grounded, or if these messages are, maybe that's just the way they are today. I don't know. I forgot to mention also that the bird's nest can be a card of like, it can be about sort of tending to the home, creating a very safe and sacred space in the home. This bird's tending to her little chicks, so maybe if you have children, in 12 months time you could be considering ways to better nurture or better support your children, or to better prioritize them in some way. But it seems like you're focused on cultivating a sense of safety and peace in the home, or tending to something in the home. So it could be like a home business venture or something that starts off that you work from home, and you could be giving a lot to that 12 months from now. And the Three of Forces also makes me think of like a bird leaving the nest as well, like when they're ready to soar or fly away from their environment, like they've outgrown it and they're ready to fly. So that's kind of giving me that energy that in 12 months time you've outgrown your situation and you're ready to fly. You're ready to soar to new heights, new levels, things like that. Ready to get some more for yourself. All right, so personal spiritual evolution is where we're going to go next. Let me get a quick drink. All right, so for group 3, where are they at in terms of their personal / spiritual evolution 12 months from now, please, group 3? So it says here, you're already doing it. Stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. So you're definitely in an energy where you're really trying to release overthinking in order to, take those steps on that path that is your purpose, that is your truth. So come 12 months time, you're just, releasing those overthinking and anxiety energies, letting go of any fear and just trying to fully commit to that new path and live your truth. have the leap card. You go first, the universe will catch you. Yeah, so really cultivating faith in the universe to support you for following your dream, and knowing that you'll be divinely protected for doing so. Because when we connect to our spiritual truth and we have the courage to take that leap, the universe can find ways to support us if we have faith in that. So 12 months time, definitely taking that leap, which is where it kind of ended here career-wise. It says here, protection, call back your power, cut the cords, and soul retrieval. So that card's kind of telling me that like this is helping you, take back your power and truly step into that power. If people, if bits and pieces of your energy have been sort of left connected to other people, like through energetic cords and things like that, or if anybody else has had any cords in your energy, I feel like you are letting go of negative people, negative energies. And the part of soul retrieval, I think that you're calling back a part of your soul, or reconnecting with a part of your soul, so to speak, that you maybe have been disconnected with for some time. And the reason you're connecting with that part of your soul is because what you're going to be doing in 12 months time, or that leap that you're taking in 12 months time, your soul has done that in different lifetimes, and you're just awakening to it in this lifetime, which reconnects you to that fragment of your soul that you've just sort of forgotten or disconnected from. So that's what I feel like maybe this awakening is this energy of like retrieving a lost part of your soul. Maybe it also relates to this person. Maybe this person is like almost like a lost part of your soul because they're a soulmate, and your soul's sort of been longing for them or waiting for them to come to you in this life on some level. That would definitely relate as well. But that's where you're going to be at spiritually or on like a personal level. We're going to move into some advice, and this advice is for right now. So we're going to go to the animal deck, or the spirit animal wisdom deck, and then we're also going to get out some charms for fun too. But basically this is advice for right now up until like the next 12 months comes. So what is group 3's advice starting right now? God, I said that weirdly, right now. We have the Raven, wise woman, a change is coming. So I guess that's kind of like confirmation here that big changes are coming. Maybe, although we had that sort of masculine energy, it could be a woman in your life that's going to bring you helpful advice, or bring you healing, or you could even be this wise woman yourself, and this is who you're going to be embodying. And maybe the raven spirit is kind of like a sign for you that you're ready for this change. You have the wisdom you need through your life experiences, and you've got what it takes to manage these big changes. We have the Panther, protection. So again, the message of protection coming through here. Consider who you allow to take your energy and who you give it away to freely. So this is bringing me back to this message that we got at the beginning, where some of you, I feel like, could be in a relationship now, or sometime in the future, who you're going to be walking away from or leaving behind in 12 months. And it seems like you're kind of being asked, it doesn't have to be romance though, this could be friends or family members, but Spirit is telling you that there's someone who is taking too much from you, or something that's taking too much from you. So you give a lot of yourself to this person or this thing, and they don't give a lot back. They just continue to take. And you're being asked to cut the cord with this person, like cut ties, cut cords, release them. They're not serving you in any way, and I feel like if anything, they're kind of like holding you back or limiting you in some way, and you're being guided to call back your energy from people and places or things that do nothing but take from you. So that could be something you need to focus on in the next 12 months, is cutting cords that drain you, that don't serve you in any way, that limit you, anything that takes your power away from you. Maybe that's the change that's coming. It's like, and it's saying, you know, you're a smart woman, you're a wise woman, or you're a smart man, you're a wise man. You know this is coming. You know this person doesn't serve you. Why are you prolonging this change? Like, it's inevitable. You may as well just cut the cord. That's kind of what's coming through here. We have the Swan, graceful transformation, soften your heart and find your flow. So this is all about sort of like tuning into your heart space and finding a flow. So instead of trying to force anything that's not flowing, you know, find a flow, find what flows, and then you know that you're kind of like on the right path, you know, because if you have to force it, you're probably moving in the wrong direction, or it's probably not right. Actually, why am I still shuffling? We don't need any more cards. We can get to the charms. So this part might be a little bit noisy. I do mix them and sort of dig through without looking to make sure that I'm getting different charms each time, not just the same ones. But I will pick some. I'll go in a few times to get some different ones, and then we'll get the advice or whatever comes through with those. Actually, more tea. Okay, so group 3's advice for right now, or any messages that wish to come through for group 3. So firstly, we have the clear quartz here. So you could be in need of an energy clearing, which sort of makes sense with all these messages of protection. So this is just letting you know that you need to clear your energy in some way, whether it's with sage, you know, grounding into the earth, doing an energy clearing meditation, visualizing white light around yourself. Anything that you can do to clear your energy is going to be very helpful. We have 2 flamingos here, which that's very, very interesting. And it is making me want to read the flamingo message from the animal guidebook. So page 40. Oh, whoa. Opened it straight up. Okay, so it says here, you are being called to work on collective healing. You can be the brightest, most vivacious per person. You can be the brightest, most vivacious person, but still need the guidance and comfort of a flock, a group of others that help lift you. Don't be afraid to ask for help or to look for guidance in others at this time. We must learn to move together, to heal and support each other. The old structures of self-absorption are crumbling as we move towards a unified consciousness. Unified consciousness. Oh my God. I love it when that happens. The flamingo, see, this is why I had to come to this book, pretty much for that word, unified consciousness, because that's literally what this was about, is this awareness of a unified consciousness. Oh my God. anyways, I get so excited. Whew. The flamingo shows us that we can be beautiful, vibrant, and bold, and still hold our voice within a group. We will still be seen and heard. Our voice or sense of self will not disappear. It will be lifted in new ways. You are surrounded in love and support from the heavens at this time. Unseen guides and messengers are waiting to connect. Call on them and ask for help. Wow. I'm just shocked over here. So that was definitely a message you guys needed to hear. And it's once again making me think of, because it's all about collective healing and unity, and we got 2 flamingos, it's like there's someone that you're meant to partner up with and work with. Maybe it's this romantic partner. Maybe you have a purpose to connect and as a purpose to do something or achieve something together. We have 2 towers as well, so there's a lot of doubles coming out here. But once again, the messages that I'm seeing here is like new structures are being built, old structures are being brought to the surface or being brought down so that new structures can be built. Again, is that message of like 2 heads are better than 1, 2 minds are better than 1. But also I just feel like it's not just one structure or one belief that's being sort of brought to the ground. There's more than one, so it's going to be a lot of transformation, but this is all very divinely guided, and we know that because we have the angel feather here, which represents your angels being very close by, very close to you, sending you a lot of love, guiding you, protecting you, and whispering to you. We have the little Egyptian eye. I think it's the Eye of Ra, but don't quote me because I'm not like the smartest person in the world. I don't know everything. Sometimes I forget things. But this is kind of bringing me back to that message of you retrieving a part of your soul that you've disconnected with in this life. So in a past life, you did something and you're meant to carry that over into this life with you in some way. And you're going to be awakening to that in 12 months. We have the little moon. I'm actually hearing Lilith because it's a dark moon. So maybe looking up your Lilith placement in your birth chart could help guide you in some way, because there's a little star in there too. It's like looking into your Lilith can light the way or guide you in some way or heal you in some way even. That's all that's coming through with that one. And then this is the little mountain ranges. So, earthing can be very helpful to you. I don't know if you're an earth sign. It could be asking you to like go for a little bit of a getaway. And it's also kind of making me think of that memory that I brought up of mine in the first part when we were talking about the one, when I was trying to describe that feeling of like just being this tiny insignificant speck in the universe. Like if you can get out into an area like this where you're kind of looking out at the vastness of the world, maybe that can like just help you in some way. Or maybe there's a certain place you're being called to visit and you should trust that and visit it if you can. If you can't physically go there, then connect with it through videos, cuisines, learning about the culture, watching documentaries, visualization and things like that. Maybe that's, a part of that can also help you retrieve a part of your soul. Maybe it's Egypt, if we combine these together. Watching documentaries about Egypt and the pyramids and things like that could also help connect you to like a past life or something along those lines. But that's where I'm going to wrap this reading up, guys. So if you're still here, I would like to think it's been a pretty enjoyable reading, even though it did have a few little sort of scattered moments. But thank you for sticking through and sticking with me through that, I should say. I really appreciate you watching, guys. Sending you love, light, and everything bright. I'll see you in a video soon. Bye.